The human body is a fascinating and complex machine, capable of incredible feats and home to many interesting and sometimes surprising facts. From the strength of our bones to the mysteries of our brains, there are countless wonders to explore and understand about the bodies we live in. While we may take our bodies for granted, they are a marvel of biological engineering, with systems and structures that work together to keep us healthy and functioning. By learning more about the curious and sometimes strange aspects of our anatomy, we can gain a greater appreciation for the incredible vehicles that carry us through life. So let's delve into the weird and wonderful world of the human body, and discover some of the fascinating facts that make us who we are. Number 1. The word muscle comes from the Latin word musculus, which means little mouse. The etymology of the word muscle is quite interesting and can be traced back to ancient Rome. The term muscle is derived from the Latin word musculus, which literally means little mouse. This peculiar association was made by the Romans because they observed that when muscles contract, their movement and appearance resembled that of a mouse scurrying under the skin. The comparison was most noticeable in muscles like the biceps, triceps, and pectorals, which appeared to move rapidly and rhythmically, much like a small mouse. This visual similarity led the Romans to coin the term musculus, which eventually evolved into the modern word muscle we use today. Over time, the meaning of the word muscle has shifted to signify strength and physical power. However, its original connection to small and nimble creatures serves as a fascinating example of how language can evolve in unexpected ways, shaped by the unique observations and associations made by those who use it. Number 2. Your heart can sync to the rhythm when you listen to music. The connection between music and the human heart is a fascinating aspect of how our bodies respond to external stimuli. Studies have found that listening to music can have a direct impact on our heart rate, causing it to synchronize with the rhythm of the music. This phenomenon, known as entrainment, occurs when the heart rate adjusts to match the tempo of the music we're listening to. For example, when we hear a faster-paced song, our heart rate may increase, while slower, more relaxing music can help lower our heart rate. This ability of our heart to sync with music is thought to be related to our innate desire for rhythm and harmony, which can influence our physiological responses and emotions. Some research suggests that listening to music with a regular, repetitive beat can help reduce stress and anxiety, and promote feelings of relaxation and well-being. Furthermore, this heart-music connection is not limited to simply adjusting our heart rate. Music can also evoke strong emotional responses, triggering the release of hormones such as dopamine, which can create feelings of pleasure and reward. This powerful impact on our emotions and physiology highlights the profound connection between music and the human experience. Number 3. You can't tickle a newborn baby. While it may be tempting to elicit those adorable baby giggles through tickling, the truth is that tickling a newborn baby typically doesn't produce the desired effect. This is because the ability to be tickled is actually a learned response that develops over time. Newborns haven't yet developed the neural pathways necessary to process the sensation of being tickled in the same way that older babies, children, and adults do. Tickling relies on a sense of surprise and anticipation, which newborns simply haven't had the opportunity to develop. As babies grow and their brains mature, they begin to associate certain touches with playfulness and joy, and eventually, the sensation of being tickled can become pleasurable and amusing for them. This usually starts to happen around the age of 3 to 6 months, as babies become more responsive to their environment and develop a greater understanding of social interactions. In summary, tickling a newborn baby may not result in the expected giggles and laughter, but as they grow and develop, babies will eventually learn to enjoy the fun and playfulness of being tickled. Number 4. Teeth are not bones. Although teeth and bones share some similarities, such as providing support and being hard, they are distinct structures with different compositions and functions. Teeth are not classified as bones, and there are several key differences between the two. One notable difference between teeth and bones is that teeth cannot heal or regenerate themselves. This is why maintaining proper dental care and regular checkups are crucial for good oral health. On the other hand, bones consist of a network of collagen fibers and mineral deposits, primarily calcium phosphate, providing strength and flexibility. Bones are living tissues that constantly undergo remodeling, with osteoblasts forming new bone and osteoclasts breaking down old bone. While teeth may appear similar to bones in their structure and function, their unique composition sets them apart from the bones that make up our skeletal system. Number 5. Your right lung is larger than your left lung. The human body is a fascinating combination of symmetry and asymmetry, and the lungs are no exception. One interesting fact about our lungs is that the right lung is typically larger than the left lung. The heart takes up some space in the left lung cavity, causing the left lung to be smaller. While the size difference between the lungs might seem significant, both lungs play an equal role in gas exchange, with the right lung handling approximately 55% and the left lung managing 45%. This difference doesn't affect lung function, as both lungs work together to provide oxygen to our body. The body's asymmetry is an incredible example of adaptation and efficient design. Even with differences in size and structure, our lungs ensure we have the oxygen we need to maintain optimal function and overall health. Number 6. The heart can keep beating even if it's removed from the body. The human heart is an incredible and resilient organ that can continue to function even when removed from the body. This remarkable phenomenon is possible due to the heart's unique properties and its ability to sustain itself for a limited period. The heart, like all other organs in the body, requires oxygen and nutrients to function. However, it is capable of storing oxygen within its cells, which can enable it to keep beating for a short time when separated from the body. Additionally, when supplied with the necessary nutrients and oxygen, a heart can be preserved outside the body for several hours, facilitating heart transplant surgeries. In summary, the human heart's capacity to keep beating outside the body is a testament to its remarkable strength and adaptability, enabling life-saving transplant surgeries and furthering our understanding of this vital organ. Number 7. It's impossible to tickle yourself. Tickling is a unique sensation that typically leads to laughter and involuntary movements when experienced. However, it is widely observed that individuals cannot effectively tickle themselves. The reason behind this curious phenomenon lies in the brain's ability to anticipate and process sensory information. Our brains constantly predict and process sensory stimuli from our surroundings. When we attempt to tickle ourselves, our brain is already aware of the impending touch and movement, thus anticipating the sensation. This anticipation minimizes the ticklish feeling because our brain recognizes that the source of the touch is not external. Furthermore, our brains are hardwired to differentiate between self-generated sensations and those caused by external sources. When we touch ourselves, our brain's motor commands predict the sensory consequences, resulting in a dampened sensory response. This neural mechanism helps us distinguish between our own actions and those of others, which is crucial for efficient motor control and coordination. Research also suggests that the cerebellum plays a critical role in distinguishing between self-generated and external touch. The cerebellum, primarily responsible for coordinating voluntary movements and motor control, predicts the sensory consequences of our actions and reduces the ticklish sensation when we attempt to tickle ourselves. Number 8. Some people can hear their eyeballs move. It might sound like a bizarre phenomenon straight out of a science fiction novel, but for a select few, it's a very real experience. This condition, known as audible eye movement, or ocular synkinesis, occurs when the muscles surrounding the eyes contract or move, producing a faint sound that some individuals can perceive. The sound itself is often described as a soft clicking, popping, or squelching noise, akin to the sound of a light switch being flipped or a bubble popping. For those who experience it, the noise typically accompanies certain eye movements, such as when they shift their gaze from side to side or look up and down. While audible eye movement is relatively rare, it's not entirely unheard of. Some people have reported experiencing it since childhood, while others may develop it later in life due to factors like muscle tension, fatigue, or changes in the structure of the eye. For those who live with this condition, it can be a source of curiosity, fascination, or even discomfort. Some may find the sound intriguing, while others may find it distracting or bothersome, especially if it occurs frequently or unexpectedly. Number 9. Women develop wrinkles more earlier than men. It's a curious phenomenon that women often find themselves confronting the presence of wrinkles earlier in life compared to their male counterparts. This discrepancy arises from a combination of biological, hormonal, and lifestyle factors. The skin is our body's largest organ, and its aging process is influenced by various intrinsic and extrinsic factors. One significant factor is collagen production. Collagen, the protein responsible for maintaining skin elasticity and firmness, begins to decline naturally with age. However, studies suggest that women tend to have thinner skin than men, and their collagen levels decrease at a faster rate, making them more prone to developing wrinkles sooner. Hormonal differences also play a pivotal role in this divergence. Estrogen, the primary female hormone, contributes to skin hydration, thickness, and overall health. As women approach midlife, estrogen levels decline, leading to a reduction in skin elasticity and moisture retention. Conversely, men experience a gradual decline in testosterone but not to the extent of estrogen decline in women, thus retaining more of the skin's youthful characteristics for a longer period. Number 10. We share 50% of our DNA with bananas. The phrase, "we share 50% of our DNA with bananas," might sound like a quirky factoid at first glance, but it's actually a fascinating insight into the intricate web of life on Earth. Firstly, it underscores the fundamental unity of all living things. Despite the vast diversity of life forms, from towering redwoods to microscopic bacteria, there are underlying similarities in our genetic makeup. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is the blueprint for life, containing the instructions for an organism's growth, development, and functioning. Humans and bananas, despite their obvious differences, share a common ancestor in the evolutionary tree of life. Over millions of years, genetic mutations and natural selection have shaped the genomes of both species, leading to the distinct traits we observe today. Yet, beneath these surface disparities lie deep genetic similarities that hint at our shared evolutionary history. So why do we share any DNA with bananas at all? The answer lies in the conservation of genetic information throughout evolution. Many genes perform essential functions that are shared across a wide range of organisms. These genes have been preserved through evolutionary time because they are crucial for basic biological processes such as metabolism, cell division, and protein synthesis. Thanks for watching, and stay healthy.